Hello everyone and welcome to the Unlimited Aldi Cup Series for Season 4. We are here at Rockingham at night for the Rheem 400. It is the 5th race of the season, so it's still very early days here in season number 4. And well, it is our 4th race. It's the 4th time we've been to the Rock, and well, race 5 of the season. It's been a very good first 4 races in my opinion, and well, not all of them, but as a whole, I think it's been a good start to the season, and looking to continue up the racing action here tonight at the Rock. Last year we raced in the daytime. It's the only time we've raced in the daytime. So we're back at being night, and we'll see how the race goes. But anyway, starting lineup will roll on the bottom of your screen, and it's 2 drivers in the top 3 points on the front row. Brandon Bent, the points leader, and Elijah Goodwin, who comes into this race 3rd in points. Row 2, Dawson Miller on the 5, looking to, well, just have a better run this week, and joining him is Jake Rogers in the 98. Row 3, Jack Porkins in the 04 is the highest PRM driver in points, but 13th, a bit further back, and Julio Caesar in the 91, finished 4th last week. Row 4, Hunter Sleppy in the 88, and Tristan Allen in the 12 has finished, well, won this race in Season 1. Row number 5, rounding out the top 10, Landon Hicks has won the pole here the last 2 seasons. He finished 3rd the last 2 seasons here. And last week's winner, Simon Nichols in the 24, who finished 2nd in this race last season. Row 6, Cyrus McGee in the number 21, and Roger Ray in the 99. He's been fairly good this season so far. Premier Race Motorsport teammates on row 7, Henry Gore in the 2, and Jay Jefferson in the 76, who's had a tough start of his season. Behind them is another Premier Racing Motorsport car in Dominic Anthony, he starts from 15th, and Kian Rowley in the 48. Row 9, Benny Watson in the 94, he's also been very good this season, and joining him is Annie Thomas with, I think, Manly Motorsport's best start of the season. I could be wrong. And running out the top 20, you have Gifford Trinity teammates Brayson Collins racing for the 2nd week running, and John Sheets. So we'll get the race underway here at the Rock. It is the Rheem 400. Do want to talk a little bit throughout the about a couple of other guys throughout the field as well. Everyone is rolling off, so that's good. This car, I do want to talk about this car because Aiden Shepherd, we saw last week he had he was slow towards the end of the race. Now I was confused because we didn't see him get involved in an accident, but we found out it was actually an engine problem on the 7 car that held him up late in the race, and that's why he was way off the pace. So it's a tough break for him. Noah Chronister in the 31, didn't notice him. He retired last week late in the race. He had a tyre problem. And rounding out the field today, Dion Moon in his first start in the Aldi Cup Series, and Andrews Racing, first start of the season. So congratulations to them. Let's hope that they can get a good run today. The pace cars on the pit road. We're about to get underway in the box, and there it is. Green flag's out, and we're underway in the Rheem 400. First lap to be completed here at the Rheem 400, and it's Brandon Bent out in front. See, the inside lane is definitely the place to be, as you can tell. Jake Rogers really slipped up the racetrack and fell back quite a bit and held up a lot of the outside lane. See a lot of the guys on the inside now moving their way forward. It's not a great place to start on the outside. Now this track's interesting because here at the Rock, tyre wear is a massive issue. There are a couple of tracks like this on the schedule. I know Darlington's another one. But here, you can't really push too hard, otherwise you use up all your stuff and you're going to get hunted down later in the race. So let's say if you're Brandon Bent at the moment, you really wouldn't be pushing too hard because then you'd get in trouble later in the stint. At the moment, it's Bent from Gordon. Dawson Miller stays in 3rd, actually. Jack Porkins up to 4th. And 5th is Hunter Sleppy. And then we got Hicks, McGee, Jake Rogers, and Henry Gore. That's 9th. And Dominic Anthony, 10th. at the moment. Then you got Roger Ray, who's up in 11th spot. Then Caesar, Reagan Whitlock, Chase Marks, and Benny Watson having a battle. I didn't mention this in the starting lineup, but Watson, in his 2 races here, has finished second in both of them. So he's pretty good here at Rockingham, so expect him maybe to be up front later in the going. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to see a caution as well in this one. But we do usually get long stints here at the Rocks, so... See, down the back, good run there for Ben. He's able to pull away from Gordon. Gordon, 13 points coming into this race, as I mentioned. 29 behind the 27. The 27's just got off to a phenomenal start. But Gordon's finished in the top 10 the last 3 races, so... I mean, to be fair, Bent has finished in the top 10 the last 4 races, so... You know, but Gordon's been pretty good as well in his return to the Cup Series after taking last season off. Then we got Miller, who's way down, but at the moment, 3rd place, he'll be happy with that. And then Hawkins is a bit further back as well. Same can be said for Slappy, defending Aldi Cup Series champion. Cyrus McGee is 10th in points. He hasn't had a fantastic start to his season. Henry Gore was 4th in points heading into the Auto Club race last week, but finished last after getting involved in a crash, and he dropped way down. He's 14th in points now. Landon Hicks is 2nd in points coming into this race, and as I said, starting the pole in the last 2 races. And at the moment on the outside lane, not where you really want to be. Maybe off of 2, but not really anywhere else. Brandon Bent's got a bit of a gap now over Gordon. Top 6 have pulled away a little bit as these guys try to stay with the 27. Lap 9 of 79, so still a long way to go in this one. Down the front. The 1 and 2. This is a, as I said, interesting track for tyre wear. As I said, Colin Driver, who was the winner of this race last season, he didn't participate this weekend at all, but he had a good strategy, came in a bit later and had a quick car. So did Simon Nichols in the 24, who I can't find because he was probably on the outside lane fairly early on, and he's probably dropped a long way back. He has dropped a long way back. There he is, yeah, he's dropped almost to last. So the outside lane really did not get going on the start. Look at where he is, 41st at the moment for last week's winner. He had a late race pit stop and got his way up forward, so got up towards the front of the field. So it's very interesting how how pit stops can really shape the course of this race. We got a battle for second. Dawson Miller going to the point. He gets it. So Miller now up to 2nd place. Gordon slots back to 3rd. Miller needs a good run, as I said. We're going to go further back. Season 2 winner of this race, Henry Gore. He drove for Smart Motorsports when he won it, but did a good job in that one, and at the moment in 7th place. And Premier Racing Motorsports needs the goods after well, it's safe to say a disastrous weekend for him last week. See, their other teammate Anthony, and Jay Jefferson, I think, has slopped way back as well. So yeah, he has. So you know, obviously disappointing for them, but well, disappointing race last week for them, but trying to rebound. Hawkins up in 4th place, currently the highest in the field. He blew up while leading this race last season, so he was quite annoyed by that, but at the moment in 4th place, still a decent run. Brandon Bent looking for his 3rd win of the season as well, so see what happens later in the sim. We're on lap 16. We've been fairly clean so far. We haven't seen a caution as of yet, which is kind of surprising, to be honest, as Elijah Gordon slipping back a little bit. He's going to drop to at least 5th, maybe 6th or 7th even, because yeah, he's going to drop back to 6th. So McGee gains another spot. Here comes Sleppy down to the inside of Hawkins. He battles behind. The front 2 kind of pulled away here from the battle for 3rd onwards. Bent from Miller. see what happens between them. That'll be interesting. Gordon's made his way back to the inside. Porkins didn't get a good run there, so now he's going to fall back even more. Anthony's raging up into this battle as well. Porkins drives it in hard, but might get a run off the back here. See what happens. Down the back. Can't clear the one, so Gordon's staying underneath. Gordon should be able to clear here, and he does. So Gordon moves up another spot. Now we got the battle here between the two, the 04. See, Hunter Sleppy's run away from this group, so see how slow you are when you're battling. It's That's an illustration of how slow you are when you're battling here at Rockingham. Because look how far back these guys have just gotten. That's the thing with Rockingham that I don't like. For some reason, these cars can just stop while going. I think that's over a bump there. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Bent leads. He's led all the laps so far, but obviously things can change when pit stops do come around. Not sure whether we'll have to make one stop or two. I can't really remember from previous years. But of course, as I said, tyre wear is very important. You don't want to. You don't want to come in early. If you come in early, you're probably going to get swallowed up as well. So, you'll be quicker for the time being, and then when these guys all come in together, which is going to be most likely the case, they're all going to have fresher tyres, and then you're just going to get swallowed up. Even having one lap older tyres than, let's say, the car behind you, you could still be in massive trouble in terms of speed. Speaking of speed, Brandon Bett's got a lot of it. He's got a half a second lead at the moment over Dawson Miller on the 5, and then you got Sleppy back there as well. So Nicotech 2 and 3. The Parker Store cars will go back throughout the field. This battle's still going on as Gore and Porkins now back up into the top 5. Porkins about to make a move to the inside. He does, of his teammate. So if he gets too low, you don't want to be too low, otherwise your momentum's going to be killed as well. So just notice Cyrus McGee has fallen way back to 9th place, or 8th place actually. Chase Marks is up in the top 10 at the moment. He's made his way forward. Good run for the Doosan car as well. You got Caesar rounding out the top 10, Hicks in 11th. And well, we're going to catch some lap cars here as well. And Simon Nichols trying to move his way back up through the field. As well, he got held up, I think, on the cars. He's actually got right side damage as well. So he must have clouted the wall, and that's why he's so far back. Jay Jefferson, I know he definitely hit the wall with the right side, so that might be why he's so far back. See a little bit of damage on the right side, but the 24 is a big amount. So he's trying to make his way back throughout the field. They're probably going to have to get that repaired on the pit stop, as well as not able to do anything. Cam Rouse a long way back as well in the 48. He's just had a shocking reintroduction to the series as well. Collins kind of slipped back a little. DL Moon, where is he right now? He is 20th position in his debut, so he's moved his way from 42nd up to 20th. So good job from him. If you're on the inside, then you got pretty much a free kick with all that was going on. So the gap continues to extend up front. Domination from Brandon Bent so far. Into 3 and 4. Still got a long way to go. We're only on lap 28 of 79, so we've still got 51 laps to go. And, not a good run there for the 27. That will probably allow the 5 to catch up just a smidge, and he gained nearly 2/10 on that lap alone. And speaking of, we spoke a lot about tyre wear already, but remember Brandon Bent of Phoenix? He won the race, but I think he did get a little bit lucky because his tyres, I think, because he was one lap older than the twos, we got a battle for the lead going. Miller has gained a lot on that lap. Tried to look underneath the 27, but unable to do anything. But yeah, back to the Phoenix thing. He just had slightly older tyres than the two, but the two had just so much more pace. That's kind of the thing you see here. Hunter Sleppy in the 88's going for second, underneath of the 5. Going off into turns 1 and 2. Is he able to do it? It looks like he's going to, and he... Oh, not quite. The 5 not giving up yet. It's going to allow Porkins to close in a little bit. Oh, and what happened there? I think Bent may be coming in. And he is. So, he's very slow. That was very weird. But, yeah, he's the first car to come in. By the looks of it, no, Jake Rogers came down a lap earlier, obviously. And this is where a caution, you could see a caution coming out because of the slow cars on the bottom of the racetrack could really come into play. See these guys staying out. 27 still getting to his pit stall. Gordon's followed him down in the 1 car. See what happens here on the pit stop. Rogers coming out, but he's not on the same lap. There he is, and all these guys are coming in as well. So pit stops, well, truly have begun. And you'd think that probably these guys here, the 88, the 5, the 04, are probably going to be better off now with coming in now rather than a bit later. So the 27 is out. See whether he can jump the 88, who was the leader on the last lap. He's got a bit of a gap back to Elijah Gordon as well. So see what happens. These guys coming out, yeah, he's miles ahead, but whether or not he can sustain that lead on those tyres, not very sure. It's going to have a battle for second here. Gordon on the outside, Sleppy on the inside. And you'd think probably Sleppy would be the winner of that battle. Jonathan King is King's come in a bit later. That's probably the right move, I reckon, for the 01 team. You know, they're going to drop some track position, but I don't know. The car's not fantastic, GR Racing cars. As you know, it's going to drop in behind Hergel Alonso, ahead of the 48 team of Kian Raleigh. I'm very tired, sorry. So, yeah, but these guys I do expect will be getting closer to, say, Dominic Anthony, who came in a bit earlier. This battle's still going here. The 1 car has moved his way up to second place, and Sleppy really slow. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I don't like about this racetrack. They just get this random... they lose momentum so much. It is unbelievable when they're on the outside off of 4. It's very strange. I don't get it. Not sure why that's the case, but Sleppy dropped another position because of that. So it's down to 4th place. Dominic Anthony now up to 3rd. And, well, Brandon Bent started lapping cars. He's ahead of Jared Owen now in the 19. So, see, Owen was towards the back. And Simon Nichols as well is also a lap down in the 24. And now that's probably because they had to repair that right side damage. There he is. That's not what this team needed. I'm just straight off of getting a win, sorry. And, well, this might be some damage, and that's why he's slow. That's my only reasoning, to be honest. But Brandon Bent is pulling away. The gap is 3.52. He is really flying at the moment. So this is a battle for 4th. A couple of teammates there, Miller and Sleppy teammates, and then you got Porkins and Gore who are teammates. And Julio Caesar's not a teammate to any of these guys, but still. Ooh. Thought that could have ended a bit worse, but Dawson Miller gets past Sleppy while the others stay the same. Oh, and not anymore. Not anymore. Porkins going to lose out big time. Over that bump. So that's not what he needs now. Oren has gone around the 27 again, so that's interesting. And I wonder why that's the case. Maybe his tyres are already starting to hurt a little bit. He's pushed pretty hard. You see, Gordon actually closed in 1.5 tenths on that lap alone. So race is far from over yet. We see a caution. Well, Brad Bent does not want a caution. He's got a 3.46 gap, or second gap back to Gordon. But if he gets a caution, that gap is it just well, disappears really, and that's not what he needs. He dropped a lot of time, so I think he is starting to hurt his tyres. Tyres are starting to hurt a little, as Jared Items actually pulled away quite a bit. That's quite a surprise. And this battle is getting good. This is a battle between Gordon and Dominic Anthony, so it does look like track position is key here. They will have to make another pit stop because they came in on lap 31. You can't go the whole way on. If that's as far as it goes, then you can't make a one stop. You have to make a two stop at least. Still quite a big gap back to car behind for Ben, so even if these lap cars start to chip away, Jay Jefferson again is so far back. Very odd. This is very strange. Something is not right with the 76, I reckon, because look at his other teammates here. You got the 40, you got the 2, the 04 is a bit further back now, but they're all in the top 10, while Jefferson, I know he hit the wall a little bit, but he is still really far back, which is, he's shown that in all the races. It's just got involved in wrecks and just other terrible luck, really. Of course, we know Simon Nichols is a lap down, and he's not having a fantastic day either. Of course, Simon Nichols, the 24, if we catch up to him. There's Gatlin Downey. I do want to mention him as well because he's done a good job. Because he's 6th in points coming into this one. As a rookie, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good start, but don't think he's going to stay there after this race. Go further back. So Simon Nichols, there he is. He has a bit of, obviously we saw that he has right side damage. They have repaired it, and that's probably why he's so far back as well. And I do a couple of guys here, Rowe and Denton. These two have moved their way forward quite a bit. Denton started on the final row of the grid. He started 41st. Here he is currently, I'm not sure where that is. That is 17th at the moment. Rowe is 18th after starting 34th. Zidell here in the 13, up in the top 20. So good run for a couple of rookies here. And Annie Thomas as well in the 37. Great qualifying effort as well. Bit of a surprise. I don't know, can't remember where she qualified for Daytona, but in general qualifying, this has been, I reckon, her best qualifying of the season. And well, while we were watching that, Gordon has slipped like a rock. He's now 6th, so, and the gap's under 3 seconds, but it is still 2.85. Still quite a big gap. And I think Oren did come in a lap later, and that's why he was able to get away from, because he got around Steinbach as well. So not very sure, but the gap is now 2.63. They are really closing in fast on Brandon Bent. He's just like in no man's land. You can only see him and no one else in these shots. There's the 40 back there. He's 2nd place, and then Miller's 3rd. 4th is Slappy. 5th Gore. 6th Gordon, and then Caesar 7th. Another good run for him. Then got a battle here. Porkins, Chase Marks. Another good run for him in the 20s up to 9th. Just got around Cyrus McGee. His teammate Tristan Allen, and John Sheets has moved his way forward a couple positions as well. So that's your top 12 at the moment, but still very surprised that, well, he's in trouble, I reckon, because that gap is now under 2 seconds, for crying out loud. Look at that, it just nearly went, wow, that's nearly half a second just vanishing in an instant. There's the 40. He's going to have to come in very quickly, I think, Brandon Ben. I think he's in trouble. I think the tyre wear is not very good on this car, because we saw it at Phoenix as well. He wasn't very quick under the second stop. This is a good chance for Anthony. He needs a good run because, as I said, Premier Racing Motorsports have not been good as a whole. Anthony himself is 30th in points. He did show some good speed at Phoenix. He got a top 10 there, but other than that, just been caught up in other people's messes. He was involved in a crash. One of the first cars involved at Daytona with, ironically, the car behind Dawson Miller, but look at that. It's 0.69. It was like 3 seconds, like a couple of laps ago. So he's in trouble, Brandon Ben. He's going to be passed by the 40 any minute now. What kind of lap times are he doing? 25.0. 24.7. He's goner. He's a goner. There goes Anthony. He dives underneath, not able to do anything yet. But he's just a sitting duck right now. Because I think, you know, Anthony will get by, but sliding up the racetrack goes to 27. This is a good chance for Anthony. He's looking and he gets underneath. Battle for the lead. Change for the lead for the first time. Dominic Anthony leads a lap. And I say change for the lead for the first time because even though we have had different drivers lead laps, it's the first time we've seen someone overtake Brandon Bent on the racetrack. Going off into 3 and 4. And Anthony will get it. New lead of the 40. Miller up to second, following 20. So look at the 27. He got that bump and he's going to drop like a rock. He's now 4th. Under attack from Gwar. So he's in trouble. So now, starting to hot up a little bit. The 40 of Anthony, then the 5 of Miller. Hunter Sleppy's now 3rd. There we go. Miller looking to the bottom for the race lead. That's a good move from the 5. He waited for the opportunity. He's got it. And now he's got his teammate Sleppy joining him. Nicotech 1 and 2. So that win was definitely a momentum builder. I think the 27 came in, which is an interesting call. Because he's the pit lane, for the most part, to himself. But, there's a huge but, and that is that he will be really, really struggling on those tyres later in the race. See these guys coming down, a lot of the field coming down on this lap. Including the leaders, Miller and Hunter Sleppy and co. Henrik Gwar is staying out yet another lap. Maybe it's the right call, I don't know. Might not be, to be honest, because... Oh. Froze again. There he is, coming down the pit lane this time. So, is this the right call? I don't know. Could be not. Might not, I should say. So Miller wins the race off. There's the 27. Yeah, he's a goner. He's going to slot in maybe 3rd, but really, I don't know, to be honest. So Dawson Miller now in front on lap 61. And again, I don't know why it does that. Zildjian's car's a lap down. 24 is definitely officially a lap car. Now Daniel Server is 1, definitely. He'll come up right into this battle. Oh, it's going to push Anthony up the racetrack. But Brandon Bent's also got to go high. To get around the 78. You can't do that. So 2 cars now a lap down. Server and Simon Nichols. More cars coming off the pit road. There's Eli Bright is one of them. He's coming up onto the racetrack. He will slot in there. Reagan Whitlock's dropped a bunch as well. He was up front. Well, not up front as such, but he was a bit closer up towards the front. Now he's towards the back of the field. So, did notice that. Jefferson's moved his way forward as well. So, couple of pit stop surprises to see where you are in the field. Henry Gore dropped to 10th, so I don't think that's going to work out for him, coming in a lap later than everyone else. So, how about Miller in the 5? He's got a 0.59 second gap. Can't do what Bent did though. He can't do that, otherwise he'll be gobbled up. You've got 15 to go. There's the Hardy Chevrolet out in front. Then his teammate Sleppy in the 88. There's a big good battle between them. They both need good runs. Both of them a long way off. Well, not long way back, but both of them a bit further back than they would like. At the moment, first and second. And then you got Anthony, who of course is a long way back. He's 99 points behind this guy in the championship. And then Gordon, who's 29 off the 27. Then Caesar, who's up towards the front of the field as well. Porkins 7th. Marks has had a fantastic run in the 20. And then you got John Sheets and Tristan Allen in the top 10. See a couple of guys back here. We've got War and Watson. Another solid run for Watson as well. Came into this race 7th in points. And should jump into the top 5, I would think. Or maybe not. Well, I don't know. Maybe the... No. He should jump into the top 5 in points for the first time. He's right up on the back of Henry Gore. And here we go, catching lap cars. Miller tries to get by Oren. Nothing doing. Does that hurt Miller? Of course it does, because Sleppy's closed right up now. They can't afford to overdrive the corner. So we've got a long way to go, 11 laps. It's a battle between cars 5 and 88. In the 3 and 4, not able to do anything yet. As you got battling lap cars. Steinbach in the 36 is the next one they'll run up on. You've got not a great run. There goes Miller. Can't get underneath. Lap 70 of 79. We got 9 laps remaining. Sleppy slowly falling back just a little. Dawson Miller, 4 Audi Cup Series wins in his 2 full seasons, looking for his 5th tonight. And Sleppy looking for his 2nd in his return season. Miller shoves Steinbach up the racetrack. Probably a smart thing to do here, because now he's got a lap car between him and Hunter Sleppy, but the 36 has got to get down, and he does. So now Miller, oh no he doesn't, he's still fighting in. He doesn't want to lose the lap, but he does. That took a lot longer than the 5 would want. And now Steinbach does fall back behind the 88, but that's because of the slowing thing. Then Anthony is still 3rd. This is the battle for 5th. No, 4th even. Julio Caesar. He's moved his way up quite a bit. He's up to 4th. So good run for the 91. Then 2 guys that start on the front row. Bent and Gordon. Now 5th and 6th. Porkins 7th. Marks and Gore and John Sheets, the top 10. Look further back. A couple of guys behind. Allen, Watson, Cyrus McGee, Rogers. Then you got Jonathan King and another fairly solid run. There's the 77. Not a good run at all. So even Brandon Bent, I mean, even if the 1 car does get by him, it won't be that bad in terms of the points. Oh dear, and the 36 is now battling the 88. And that's what the 5 wanted to see. Some breathing room. Look at that gap back now to the 88. I think that's it. Four laps to go here at the Rock. It's been a caution-free race in the Rheem 400, but it's still been pretty good. A little boring, but Still not over yet. You don't know because you never know. There might be a lap car that does come into play somehow. I mean, a lap car's already come into play, but you know, we got 3 laps to go, and Dawson Miller's en route to another victory. His 5th in his Audi Cup Series career for the number 5. Got 2 laps to go this time, and Miller has a 1.5 second lead. He's got it in the bag, you would think. It's his race to lose now. Even if his tyres start to wear, it really shouldn't matter at this point. March is 1.67, so Sleppy is falling off now as Brandon Bent slips to 7th. Coming to the white flag this time in the Rheem 400, and it is Dawson Miller. Nicotech looking to go back to back. They've fired some shots tonight. It's going to be a 1 and 2. Can't remember the last time they had that, but a fantastic drive from Dawson Miller. Started from 3rd, got his way up to the front, and tonight he's going to grab his 5th Audi Cup Series win. Dawson Miller in the 5 wins the Rheem 400 at the Rock. A 1-2 for Nicotech. These guys racing it to the end, but Dawson Miller in the number 5 grabs his 5th Audi Cup Series win and his 1st of the season here at the Rock. A great display of driving from him. Hunter Sleppy 2nd, a 1-2 for Nicotech, as I said. Dominic Anthony, a much needed 3rd. Caesar, 2nd race running, finishes 4th, and Gordon 5th. Another solid run for him. But tonight's about Dawson Miller. It is his 5th win, as I said. 1st win of the year for him. A much needed result for him as well. It's a long way back. 82 points is a long way back to be 18. And we're already at, what, race 5 now of the season. We just completed it. So, what a race for Dawson Miller. He wins it. It is his 5th Audi Cup Series win. Congratulations to him. And we will see you guys next time for the race at Texas. So we'll see you then.